What is up, guys? It's your boy Raven today with a full review, card by card review of the Unbroken Bond set. Of course, the set consists of Night Unition, Full Metal Wall, and Double Blaze cards. Of course, there might be some secret rares or some trainers that may not be in our Unbroken Bonds released. For example, I think we might not see, for example, the Max Potion Enhanced Ammo, just because the same art and the same card was a promo for the leagues and the past season. But let's just jump right into it, card by card review. We're gonna read what the card does and we're gonna review them. Of course, I'm gonna, if there's gonna be like stage 1, stage 2 Pokemons, I'm gonna maybe a little bit skip them, because the stage 2, right, like this is the important part, like the cards below it, right, the evolutions that are going towards their final destination are not that important as the final destination. So let's just jump right into it. You're gonna see it right over here, right? So here you're gonna see the web browser. Where is my hand? And we're gonna go card by card, so we'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, you will see the same thing as me, so let's just jump right into it. So the first card is Night Unition. This is the set that we're gonna review first. So first is Venonat, 60 HP, 1 grass for the Raider Eye. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck and put one of them into your hand. Actually, not a bad attack if we're talking about the first few turns, especially the first turn. Not really a bad attack. But what we are more curious about is the Venomoth GX, right? Like this huge card, the Venomoth GX. Looks amazing, by the way. It looks amazing. So what he does is, for grass type and double colorless, Secret of the Ninja, 110 plus damage. If you played Koga's Trap, Koga's Trap, it's gonna be a trainer card. From your hand this turn, this attack does 90 more damage. If you play the Janin from your hand during this turn, your opponent's next turn prevent all damage done to this Pokemon from the attack of your opponent's basic Pokemon. A little bit weird on the translation, but basically it's almost interaction like Garchomp, but in a GX card, right? We're gonna go down, remember Koga's Trap and Janin, as we're gonna go into trainers, and we're gonna see if they're actually really helpful or not. For now, for the time being, of course, the card has also tenfold Retaliation GX move from 1 color less that says 60 damage, shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 10 cards. So the GX move is basically the same GX move, almost the same as Drampa GX, so it can be good if you need, it's almost kind of the same as Rayquaza's. It's okay, but the attack, the first attack with the fact that you have to play the certain cards, I think 200 damage from the grass type is not that bad, and 20 damage from basics in the current meta, it might be really good. But the fact that you have to play the specific card is a little bit of a downside. So on the scale, I'm going to scale them from 1 to 10, right? So on the scale of 1 to 10, it's like a solid 6 for me. It might see a play. Definitely people are going to brew it. I'm going to brew it myself. It definitely provides really interesting interactions for the future. But it is a solid 6. It isn't going to be a long video, but bear with me. Now we're going to Bellsprout, right? So we're slowly going down to a Bellsprout, Weapon Bell, and Victor Bell. Bellsprout, just a grass, 50 HP with Razor Leaf that deals 20 damage. But the final destination, which is a Victor Bell, stage 2, baby. Reactive Poison, 10 plus damage. This attack does 60 more damage for each special condition on your opponent's active Pokemon. So definitely works with decks like Celebi. Why not? I can see this attack going. And 1 grass, double colorless, Gastro Acid, 90 damage until the end of your next turn. Defending Pokemon has no ability. That might be super cool. Of course, with a Venusaur deck, with a baby Venusaur, you'll be able to get to the attack a little bit faster. The fact that the opponent's card who will not have ability, super cool. But the fact that I have to go towards it and you have to rare candy for it, I'm gonna give it like a nice 3. Might see some play, but to be quite honest, I don't think so. I might be wrong, but I'm just gonna give it a 3. I do not see him being like super competitive in a competitive gameplay. Maybe some meme decks, maybe it's like a Shackle deck, let's meme out, but in a competitive scene, not necessarily here. But let's go to Grubben, only Grubben, right? So we got only Grubben, no. We don't have his evolution. So Grubben says electric signal, search your deck up to 2 lightning Pokemon, which is really cool. Reveal them and put them into your hand and shuffle your deck. Of course, the fact that it is a colorless attack definitely helps with development of the board if you're playing electric type deck. Definitely I can see this, I can see him being played, especially that Vikavolt is electric type, so his evolution, right? So definitely I can see this being played, especially that the cards are going to your hand, almost beacon like, right? So basically it is almost beacon like, but for the Vikavolt and Corkscrew Punch, 30 damage, we don't care about that. So for me, this card in general, like a solid, solid 4. It's not a bad copy of Beacon. Definitely a card that might see a play in Rayquaza or a Vikavolt, especially I think in a Rayquaza deck. It might see some play, or in a grass type when you really want to get into your cards faster and you don't want to utilize any other types of cards, like you don't want to go for a Beacon of Vulpix or you don't want to go for a Ninetales. So solid 4, I think, from me. It's okay. I think maybe 4. Yeah, 4 is good. He might see some play, but it's a niche, right? A little niche right here. But maybe as we're gonna review more cards, I'm gonna say about this card will change. But yeah, I think the 4 is really good. Then we got Tentacool and Tentacruel. So Tentacool, yeah, not a bad card. 1 card less, 10 plus damage if you use Janine. This attack does 50 more damage. So the same kind of thing as we had over here. If I'm gonna go up on the Venonat, right? So kind of the same thing with Venonat. So Janine, definitely a card that is gonna be utilized a lot in from Night Unison. But let's see, we'll go into Tentacruel, because Tentacruel is, the more important card. Double, 1 card less, not double, sorry, 1 card less, move 1 energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon to another one of their Pokemon. Then put 3 damage counters on the Pokemon that the energy was moved to. I can see him maybe doing something in a spread deck, maybe, as a little bit of disruption. But even though right now, even though if you move energy, there's just too many ways to move the energy back, or it does not harm any board state by any means, because they want to have the energy. So the 3 damage, 3 damage counters are really nice, but again, not really seeing him being like a factor of some kind. Maybe in the late game, right? Or maybe in the games that against control or against sort of arc when you can move DC or something. But again, we had a card that moved energy, and we have it in standard. It's actually a trainer card, and it's not used. It's not used. So I think as an attack, it will not be used. And then triple colorless. Of course, remember the triple colorless energy is coming to the set, so this attack might be really good. Flip a coin if has your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Not good for of course 60 damage. So for me, solid 2 out of 10 for this card. Then we have Goldeen. Okay, we have Goldeen and a Seaking. Right, there we go. There is the Seaking. So Seaking, I'm gonna go straight to the Seaking, because Goldeen only 10 damage, and a flipping coin that will prevent all the damage. But Seaking, let's see. Water energy extended on 3 times damage. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 30 damage for each heads. If this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool, flip 6 coins. Oh my goodness, that might be. I can see this card actually, making an impact on meme decks. I know it sounds weird, but I think, in meme decks, or for people that really like to flip those coins in online, or, like those rolling those dices, from D&D or some Warhammer or any other wargaming, they like to play those dices. I can see him, I can see the card being played. And, with Victini, there's a lot of shenanigans that can go with this card. So yeah, definitely a funny card. And this is like, for me, because it can be really in the meme decks and can be funny, and actually besides Venonat, this is the second card that can see real play. I think it is a solid 5, like in the middle ground, solid 5. Not the best card in the world, not the worst one, but can see some plays, like a solid 5 from me on the scale 1. I know the scale is big, but bear with me. Then we got a Kyurem. We remember White Kyurem, you know, a water type 1, water type. Stupid Raven. White Kyurem from the Dragon Majesty, I believe. But here, there we go. This is the White Kyurem. He looks ready to fight. So let's see, one colorless. You can see a lot of colorless attacks. So definitely some versatile cards that can go to almost maybe any deck. And it's called Cold Call. Search a deck for a water type energy and attach it to this Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. Okay, definitely for the energy advantage, I can see this happening. Like you can play water type, then you know you're gonna attach, then play another, and you have really fast 3 energies on Kyurem. But let's see the attack that we're gonna go towards. Hail Prison, 110 damage. Discard 2 water type energy from this Pokemon. Opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Well. Now wait, does that mean that we can have an infinite loop of actually paralyzing? It kind of seems like that. With Nagandle on the bench, Quagsire on the bench as well, we can, you know, really go and keep on paralyzing our opponent to infinity. Of course, cards like Guzma, switches, and escape ropes will, you know, prevent that, because our opponent will switch their Pokemon, but not always they have that. So definitely for now, this is one of the better cards. So for the bet, I have a deck in my head right now. Quagsire, Baby Nagandle, and this, and just going all in on discarding energy. I think this might be a really nice deck for online. For IRL, I can see this happening too. So this card, solid 7. I think 7 is not over exaggeration because of the deck that it can go to, and the fact that, you know, you can really, you know, annoy your opponent with it. So solid, and you know, solid 7, of course, from me. But there we go, Froakie, Frogadier, Froakie with only attack 10 damage and flip in a coin, of course, and Frogadier with after mage with, again, colorless. You can see the theme of colorless attacks in this set. Like, really, this is interesting that those cards can go almost to any deck because of that. Strike 20 damage if any damage is done to this Pokemon by attacks during your opponent's next turn. Flip a coin, prevent all the damage. So, like an inverted agility. I think the fact that it is a colorless, that means, you know, more versatile approach. But a solid, you know, solid 4. I don't know, like, we have a lot of Greninjas. The Greninjas are not that good currently, and just because of that, 4, I don't see this being played. Let's go to electric type, and I think, you know, Pikachu deserves being reviewed because of the superb art, and I want to see, you know, a reverse holo version of it. So we got Pikavolt, great name, 30 damage, that is it. But then we have a Raichu, right? Raichu with a Never Give Up, and again, look at this, Never Give Up, colorless, 1 colorless energy. You can use this attack only if you have 3 or more prize cards remaining, I think more than your opponent. Attach all lightning energy cards from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like. Holy moly, can you imagine what this can happen? Like, what this can do. I know if you have 3 or more prize cards, so that means that we are super behind. But finally we have an electric type card that will really help us if, and I really mean it, if our Pikarom is knocked out. So there's no way we're gonna, you know, flip out like, oh man, I'm super behind, no, my Pikarom is dead, I put 6 energy on my Pikarom, now we're, no. So now the 6 energy that's gonna get discarded after knocking out, you know, after knockout on our Pikarom is gonna get back. Definitely a late game card, definitely a card that can help in the late game, help, you know, as we are behind. So the card for the comeback. So because of it's like a really specific card for a comeback, or it really has to have specific circumstances. I give it a solid 5. Specific deck, specific circumstances, but can see some play in a competitive game. 'Cause I know there are some crazy people that are gonna just go Pikarom and this, maybe something else as an addition, maybe Coco GX, but solid 5 from me. And then we go to the card that everyone is talking about, the card that we all know, the Dene GX. Oh my god. This is gonna take a while, because Dene GX. What a card. The card that, when it first saw the light of day, everyone was like, what is happening? The Dene is gonna be good. Like the Timmy, was flipping out. Timmy was like, stop, let's not put any more evolution packs. Guys, the Dene is here, and oh my goodness, let's see the ability, because ability is what makes this card great. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to your bench during your turn, you may discard your hand and draw 6 cards. You can only use one Dene Chang ability per turn, so you can't chain the Denes. But this is superb. The fact that this card can really make an impact on standard is tremendous. This is going to be the next Tapu Lele, to be quite honest. Of course, we're not going to get a supporter, but the fact that we can actually get on and draw 6 cards, 6 fresh cards, especially maybe you can discard. Imagine if you're gonna start with again, energy cards, like let's say 3, and you got the Dene, you're gonna discard them super fast, play Tapu Koko on the bench, you've got also Pikarom, bam, super fast way to a lot of energy. And the same goes to any other deck that relies on energy attachment from the discard pile, right? Like Zeraora can super fast turn 1 GX move, and bam, all the energy is back. Of course, if someone is that crazy. But what a card. This is basically a more stabilized Shaman EX, right? So for those who don't know what Shaman was, Shaman was almost in every deck. That was the card to play. That was the Tapu Lele of its time. And now as we come to rotation, as we, as Tapu Lele will be rotating out from our sets, because it's not rotating out in Japan due to shiny GX set. Let's not talk about that. But Tapu Lele is rotating out. The Dene is gonna be played, and for those who have not, who have no clue if it's really gonna be played, for those who have really doubts in the Dene, and you're gonna pull it on Unbroken Bonds pre-release, keep it, please keep it. This is the chase card, one of the chase cards from the set, definitely. And I've even moved my pop filter because of that, because this is the chase card from the set. Amazing card, 10 out of 10, solid 10 out of 10. I think it's gonna be in almost in any deck, and I don't even care about his attacks. The ability, 10 out of 10, solid card right away. If you can pull it on the pre-release, keep it. If you can pull it, keep it, because this is gonna be the card to look for the future, especially post-rotation environment will make this card even better. But let's look at the attacks. So 50 damage, that's a static shock, and the GX zap your return. 50 damage, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Return this Pokemon and all cards attached to it to your hand, right? A great GX move as well. 10 out of 10 card. I am not even saying any other word. 10 out of 10. Now we have a Charjabug, and we should have a Vikavolt. So we had the Gruben up there. Now we have a Charjabug with ability, and ability is once during your turn, if this card is in your hand, you may attach this card as a special energy card to Vikavolt or Vikavolt GX. This provides 2 lightning energy to the Pokemon it is attached to. Oh my goodness. Another boost for Vikavolt, for I don't want to say that for kind of Rayquaza, but holy moly, Vikavolt and Vikavolt GX that you can attach it to. Great ability, great card, and it avoids actually a lot mode because it's a stage 1 Pokemon. Great card, solid 6 out of 10 for me. And then we go to Vikavolt. Vikavolt, of course, there are 2 versions. That was in the pre-release version, and of course we're not getting this card on the pre-release. No, that was a Japanese. And this, so ability, if there's any stadium card in play, this Pokemon has no weakness. Great. So you want to keep the stadium, especially with Thunder Mountain, and then triple, and I mean really triple lightning and one colorless lightning strike, 120 damage. You may discard all lightning energy. If you do, this attack does 100 more damage. And imagine this attack with actually the charger bag that is going to get discarded, but you can bring him back next turn with a rescue stretcher, attach it again, and attack for more, right? So oh my goodness, this is a great card. The stage 2, the fact that it's stage 2, you have to build for it. You have to really build towards it. But I think for the lightning type deck and for the baby lightning type deck, it's gonna be a great addition. Solid. I wouldn't say 8, but I think 7 is gonna be fair. So 7 out of 10 for me on this card. Then we got Zeraora, right? So we got another Zeraora. I think we got Zeraora almost in every set now. It's kind of boring, but let's see. Crushing Claw, 20 damage. Discard a special energy from opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, not bad for a baby. And 1 lightning, 2 colorless, discharge, 50 damage. Discard all lightning energy from this Pokemon's attack, does 50 damage for each card you discard this way. Not the best, not the worst. I think a Crashing Claw is it might do some damage, especially if you're playing against Zoroark, but that's it. For me, 2. Sorry, 2. It's a meh card. And then we got Marshadow. Marshadow is a Pokemon that everyone hates now because of the Let Loose ability, but he rotates out. But we've got another Marshadow with another ability, so let's check him out. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may discard any stadium card in play. If you do, put this Pokemon and all cards attached to in your discard pile. Whoa. And attack colorless, so that means he's gonna go to almost every deck. 10 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an Ultra Beast, this attack does 60 more damage. But I think this is going to be a card that is not going to be used for the attack. This is going to be used strictly for ability. As I said in my team up review, when I saw team up or Lost Thunder, I don't remember, when I saw Wobbuffet, I think this is going to be another Wobbuffet card that will, at first, he will not see some play, but the more stadiums gonna come, the more he will play as like an additional one to just get the additional stadium discard. When you actually do not have any more stadiums in your hand, you have no way to bring them back. Then we got a Wooper Quagsire, nothing special, just normal attacks. 3 water, of course, fighting type with a water attack, which does 120 damage. That's it, nothing special here. Then we got a Gligar. If this Pokemon has any energy attached to it, it has no retreat cost. Ninja Thrust, 30 plus damage. If you use a Janine this turn, this attack does 90 more damage. Again, another card that is all around Janine, I think. Wooper Quagsire, 1. Not saying. Marshadow, 5. Right, solid 5, 1 from Wooper Quagsire, fighting type. Gligar, I can say 3, maybe 4. Let's say at 3. I don't see him being, a really great card. Gliscor, stage 1, draw 3 cards, and Poison Jab, 70 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Again, I'm gonna keep with 3. That's it. Then we go to a first Tag Team GX, which is Zoroark Greninja Tag Team GX. A tag team that, when we all saw him first, everyone kind of flipped. Everyone was like, wow, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Like, hold my hair. It's gonna be that good. And let's see what he does. Let's remind ourselves what he does. So first things first, it's a basic. So he's gonna work with Nano as as something that can bring him back. So maybe Nano will see some play. Oh, my hair. So, Dark type and colorless. Dark Pulse, 30 plus damage, it's like does 30 more damage for each darkness energy that attached to your Pokemon. So basically Mewtwo GX right here, and we got a Night Unition, plus colorless plus put 2 in any combination of Dark Pokemon GX or EX from your discard pile onto your bench if this Pokemon has at least 1 extra energy attached to it. Attached to energy cards from your discard pile to each of those Pokemon. Remember is that it does not say that they have to be basics, so you can actually discard a stage 2 Pokemon, use the GX move, bam, you got 2 nice stage 2 Pokemons ready to go with energy attached to it. But you have to build towards it, right? You have to discard them, you have to have at least 3 energy, and again you have to work towards it. As of a Dark type card, and as of a GX and Attack Team GX, it might see some play. Definitely, it's not a bad GX. It's not the best one as well. Maybe post rotation, he's gonna get some steam. He's gonna get rolling, or with our summer set. Who knows? For now, I think the current format, he's gonna be too slow. I don't think he's gonna be competitive. I'm gonna give it a 6. Maybe as the format grows, maybe as we're gonna approach World Championships, we're gonna see some nice innovation with him. Definitely, there is a room, right? There is a room for innovation, and there's a room for him being good. But for now, from me, that's a solid 6. Just because there is a room for him in the future, and there's room for shenanigans with him. Then we got Caravana, again, normal attack. That's nice, like 2, let's say 2, and nothing crazy. But then we got Sharpedo. Evolves from Caravana, and ability is Greedy Evolution. When you play Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may look at top 6 cards of your deck, choose any dark energy cards you find there, and attach them to this Pokemon. And the attack, triple colorless, Bat Fang, 60 damage, that's 20 damage times the amount of dark energy attached to this Pokemon. Not a bad baby, but I don't, I it's like another meme deck. I think there are a lot better cards. If we're talking about Dark type, definitely Dark type needed card like that, but I feel like this ability works better in Blastoise decks and Water type decks. So solid 4 from it. Then we got Green Ninja. Oh, whoa, the cards just disappeared. Like oh, wait. Okay, yeah. So there's the art. I think the art's like changed, whatever switched. Okay, so we got a Green Ninja. That's this one. First Dark type Green Ninja. Again, double colorless. So a lot of colorless on those Pokemons. Bring down just one Pokemon, yours or your opponent's, with the fewest remaining HP, and it's now knocked out. Holy moly. Whoa. Whoa, wait. So we can actually start knocking out Pokemons with the bring down. Okay, and I think I have to change my... Okay, I'm gonna change my my score on the Greninja. I'm gonna give Greninja tag team with Zoroark a 7 just because of this card. If you can pull this off, that's gonna be really damn good. But again, who knows if he actually is gonna see some play. I would love to brew this card. I would love to play with this card. Holy moly, what a card, what a card. Inkay and Malamar, let me try to refresh it. So hopefully we're gonna see the cards again. So we stop at Inkay and Malamar. There we go. Dark type Inkay, Dark type Malamar, and Malamar. Of course, Malamar that we know and love is the Malamar that can bring back Psychic type energy. This is a little bit different one. His without any ability. Dark type, Hypnotic Control. Your opponent reveals their hand. You may discard a Pokemon you may find there and choose one of its attacks to use this attack, except for GX. Okay, Dark type and double colorless, Dark Pulse, discard a top card from your opponent's deck. Well, of course, Greninja scored 6. Inkay, as Inkay, I can say 3, but Malamar, I'm torn. This might see the play if the right circumstances. So 5 on the Soma. Then we go to another tag team. Of course, the key component of those sets are the tag teams. And we got Gardevoir, Sylveon, the tag team that we see being played in Japan for the past, month or two. So let's see what he does. One colorless. Again, this one colorless. You can see the pattern of that, right? We got a lot of those one colorless things happening. So Fairy Song, search your deck for up to 2 Fairy type energy and attach them to your bench Pokemon whenever you like. Great for the setup on maybe another guard, maybe Gardevoir, maybe Sylveon itself. A great attack for setting up something on a bench. Then we got Kaleidostorm, 150 damage. Choose any number of energy attached to your Pokemon in play and rearrange them in any way you like. I'm sorry, can you imagine this? We're bringing back the energy and then we are rearranging it. Definitely something interesting, definitely something that will see a lot of play. Great attack with Miracle Magical. 200 damage if you have 3 extra energy attached to this Pokemon. Your opponent shuffles their hand into their deck. That's it. I don't see that they are bringing back any cards, that they are drawing any cards. This might be this might be a game-ending GX move, ladies and gentlemen. It might be if they're not gonna actually, if the opponent's not gonna be able to draw a card and they are gonna have to. Okay, I'm top decking now. Sorry, this might be a game-ending GX move. As of my score 8, solid 8. I think this is gonna see a ton of play. But it's not as good as the Nene, so solid 8 right here, and of course a fantastic art. Let's go to Clefairy, Clefable, Lunar Dance. Again, just an attaching a Fairy type energy. So you can see, Fairy type with the pattern of attaching energy. Again, we go down to Togetic. Again, attach an energy card from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. A lot of attaching energies right over here. So that's why I think Gardevoir GX itself might see a lot of play as well. And we got Togekiss. Ability: once on your turn, you may heal 30 damage for each of your Fairy type Pokemon. Definitely a card that you want to see, that want to sit on your bench and heal the Pokemons. So for the cards that are upward, I think 4. For this one, solid 5. Let's go with Spritze and Aromatisse. Spritze only heal, so 2, not a lot of things happening. I know I'm kind of skipping it because we got like 2 more sets to go, 30 minutes in. So I'm going to know the cards that I know are going to be more interesting. So Intense Scent, flip 2 coins. If either of them is head, your opponent reveals their hand. For each heads, choose a card. You can find out your opponent shuffles that card into their deck. And Miracle Cologne, 50 damage, flip a coin. If heads, choose a special condition. Your opponent's active is now affected by this special condition. 3. Not a great card. Then we go to Colorless. I think Colorless. We're gonna skip a little bit of Colorless because there's not a lot of good cards here. Maybe Licklicky can see something, but for me they're like all 2s. Now Electromagnetic Radar. So let's go to the trainer cards, the cards that are really gonna be super nice. Let's see how. Okay, so we are closer to the end with the Night Unison. So let's go. Electromagnetic Radar. Discard 2 cards from your hand. If you do search the deck for up to 2 and any combination of Lightning Pokemon GX or Lightning Pokemon EX, reveal them and put them into your hand. This might work really well with Coco GX decks or any deck that utilizes GX lightning cards. And the Dene, of course, come on, the Dene, like it can actually bring the Dene. So this trainer card, because again, playability is a little bit niche, solid 5 from me. I know there's a lot of 5s, but you can see, the 5's like a middle ground. It's like, oh, okay, it's not, not the best in the world. That's, it's okay. It can see some play. Then we got a surprise box. Choose a card from your opponent's discard pile and put it into their hand. That, ladies and gentlemen, might really work as a shenanigans card and as a card that is really interesting, especially with us, like, you know, with Sabrina's, with the supporter Sabrina, I don't remember the name. Like, you know, if the card is bad, but with Suggestion, that's the card. With Sabrina's Suggestion, it might see some work and, you know, play, but again, really niche card. 4. You know what? No, 3, just because of the niche card. But then we got a Pokegear 3.0. Pokegear 3.0. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose one supporter card from you may find that, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Pokegear will see some play, definitely 6 from a great card. Secret Hood Pokemon Tool. Attach a Pokemon Tool to one of your opponent. Prevent all effects of your opponent's abilities. None to this Pokemon. Well, it prevents definitely, you know, the Sidgewai, Greninja, a really niche card. 2. I don't see this being played. Fairy Charm. I'm not even reading the Fairy Charm. Fairy Charm. All the Fairy Charms actually, you know, for me are like 1s, and they are great on the paper, but they have not seen any play. They have not made any impact whatsoever on Standard. There was one only played with Sylveon deck, and that was it. But let's go with Fairy Charm. Ability: prevent all damage done to the Fairy type Pokemon by the attacks of your opponent's Pokemon GX and EX with abilities. Well, that might be something for Sylveon Control. So you know what, this charm I'm gonna give it 3, just because it might see the play. But let's go to trainers. We got Janin. So Janin, the first of 2 that actually, you know, is working with 7 Pokemons in the set. And we got Janin. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck, choose 2 of them, put them into your hand, shuffle the remaining cards into your deck. Really good. Oh my goodness. Really good. But again, the fact that you're looking at the top 4, you really have to know what top 4 are there. But with Macargo, I can see this, you know, really playing with Macargo. Again, not as good as Malo, but solid 5. It might definitely see some play, and the fact that, you know, it adds something to some Pokemons makes it a lot better. And then we got a Koga's Trap. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned and confused. A card that is definitely going to be played in Celebizaur, definitely is going to be played with Shacklemook, Suviper decks, and any deck that is all around Poison and Confusion. 7 from May, just because it goes to those decks. Amazing card, and the fact that it's going to go with Venomoth, the GX. What a great card, what a great supporter for those specific decks. Definitely a 7, a huge 7 from me. And the next card is, when it was announced, when it was released, it was the most polarizing card I have ever seen in my life. Like, I've never seen a community begging, like, I mean begging for the ban of the card, and that is Lieutenant Sarge. Of course the card is not going to get banned. It's going to make an impact on Standard, on Expanded. I think definitely 1 copy will be in almost each deck, so this is a really serious 9 out of 10 for this card from May. And let's read what the card does. Like, I've rated it, not even telling you what it does. Basically, you may play up to 3 supporter cards this turn. The problem is, you can only play this card if you have more prize cut remainings than your opponent. So it is a card that will help you when you're behind, and playing 3 supporters and, you know, Marshadow on top of that is insane. It is insane. It's just that good. And again, remember, if you play this supporter, it counts as 1, so you can only play 2. But again, playing more support, even like additional 1, is just incredible. 9 out of 10. And then again, at the beginning I told you that I don't see certain cards being in the set because they were actually the promos, and those are the 2 cards. Enhanced Ammo, this is the art from the promo, the league promo that we received, and also this is the Max Potion art from the league promos. I think those cards with those arts we're not gonna see actually in the set. And again, I honestly think this Electro Power will be one of the league promos. I don't know, we don't know it yet, but Electro Power does not need any introduction. 10 out of 10. all the way the best card like right now for electric type decks. Enhanced Ammo, again, nice, 9 out of 10. Max Potion, 8 out of 10. And Guzma, another Guzma. So if we're actually gonna have this Guzma, this means that Guzma is gonna be for another year in German Brumley. And what can I say, 10 out of 10. Guzma is amazing supporter, is the supporter that goes everywhere. It's just such a versatile card, and it really helps loads and loads and loads, like 10 out of 10 for yeah boy Guzma. So 10 out of 10, and that sums up Night Unison. Let's go to Full Metal Wall. Oh my goodness, we are 40 minutes in and we are in a Full Metal Wall, and we start with a card that is huge. It's really huge card, and I mean huge card. This is the card that wins in Japan currently. This is the card that basically, you know, destroys everything inside in Japan. Boswell and Formosa Tag Team GX. But let's see what it does. It's a Jet Punch, so, you know, an attack from the Boswell. Jet Punch, 30 to active, 30 to benched. That's it. And 2 grass, 1 colorless. Elegant Soul, 190 damage during the next turn. This Pokemon attack base damage is 16. Okay, so next turn this attack does a little less damage, but let's see. The Beast Game GX, 50 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by this attack, take 1 extra prize card. If this has at least 7 extra energy attached to it, take 3 extra prize cards. 3 extra prize cards. This is basically, and I really want you to think about it for a second. Imagine, this is basically, if you can knock out a tag team with this GX move, this is a 1 hit, not only knockout, but this is basically a game over. 6 prize cards that you're gonna take. Of course, you have to have 6 energy on it. But still, again, even if you're gonna, you know, use the GX without the 7 energies, that's still 4 prize cards instead of 3. This is huge, and it is like the decks are around it, and you can see Limitless. I highly recommend that, and really, the card is amazing. This is 10 out of 10. Another 10 out of 10. We will see this card making a huge impact. Definitely a chase card from the set next to the DNA will make amazing impact. Of course, it's an Ultra Beast, so there's, you know, a way to work this around, but definitely an amazing card. Let's go to stage 2 Butterfree. Like, you know, Caterpie, once on your turn, before you attack, you may flip a coin, search a card that evolves from this Pokemon, so, you know, like, we're searching. And then again, Metapod, the same thing, so not nice. 2 out of 10. Butterfree, triple charge, search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards, attach them to Pokemon any way you like. Again, colorless, right? So you can see the pattern that they might go to any deck, and I think, you know, solid 3. That is it. Tangela and Tangrowth, again, we're gonna skip a little bit. Those are not, like, you know, really good cards that people are gonna be talking about. Maybe, you know, some, you know, niche brews, but that is it. And Cortana, 1 grass type, big finish, 10 plus damage. If you have exactly 4 prize cards, this attack does 120 more damage. This is basically a grass type Buzzwole, Baby Buzz. So yeah, for, you know, decks that are weak to grass type, this is gonna be huge threat. Solid 7 just because of that, and, you know, we know what impact can Baby Buzz have. Then we got Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise GX. Let's go straight to Blastoise GX. Oh my goodness, look at this beauty. Ability Solid Shell. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks after applying weakness and resistance. Double Water, Rocket Splash, 60 damage. Shovel any amount of water type energy attached to your Pokemon into your deck. This deck does 60 damage for each card you shuffled this way. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a really good attack. And Big Gazer GX, attach as many water type energy as you like from your hand to your Pokemon in any way you like. Solid 6. Great card. Definitely now we'll see some play in water type decks. Downside, stage 2, right? Stage 2 is downside. So let's go Slowbro, PokemonCouple. Again, I'm gonna skip a little bit, of those cards, because not every card, deserves like a time. Ekans, Arbok, definitely, babies that are not really gonna see some play, babies that are not, that good. Because if you're playing, babies, you really want good abilities, you really want something happening there. And we got the Crobat, so let's go, through the ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand, evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn. You may prevent all effect of your opponent's attack, including damage done to this Pokemon. With the evolution spray, definitely might be a huge threat. So I can see this card solid 6 from me. Drowsy and Hypno's ability: whenever your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out, you may flip a coin of heads, choose your opponent's new active Pokemon from their bench. Interesting, probably for shenanigans. 3. Sandshrew, Sandslash, nothing special here. Geodude, Graveler, Golem, again, not a lot of special things here. Hitmontop, the finish combo. This attack can be used if Hitmonlee used special combo during your last turn. This like does 16 more damage. So it's kind of like a Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee type of situation. Definitely a great counter to electric type decks. Then we got Riolu, Stack Attack. Let's see the Stack Attack ability, which is if your opponent has 3 or less prize cards, the remaining maximum HP is 200. And attack 110 damage. Okay, I can see this being interesting, but again, there we go. Lucario, Melmetal. We're going to, again, this huge cards that are happening here. And again, I don't have to read it, but I'm gonna read it for you guys. Metal Fist, 50 damage. Search your deck for a Metal Energy card attached to this Pokemon. Shuffle your deck. Great attack. Then we got Heavy Impact, 150 damage. Again, remember that we've got a lot of cards that help you get metal type energy faster, or juggle around and move around the energy. So definitely you can get to the attack faster. And let's go to Full Metal Wall. Until the end of this game, your metal Pokemon take 30, again, until end of game, 30 less damage from your opponent's attacks. If this Pokemon has at least 1 extra energy, discard all energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. With all the things that can lower the amount of damage the Pokemon takes, this is gonna be super tough Pokemon to actually knock out. Solid 9 out of 10. Definitely a card that will see a lot of play. A lot of decks are gonna be built around and about damage prevention, and 260 damage makes him super hard to knock out. Then we got Alolan Diglett, and we got Alolan Dugtrio. Any damage done to your metal Pokemon by attacks from your opponent active is reduced by 10. Again, you can see kind of a theme right over here with a Melmetal. So definitely a 6 from the Dugtrio. We got Larion, we got Aron and Aggron. Nice attacks. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say about those. Genesect, if your opponent has any Pokemon GX or EX in play, this has no retreat cost. It's okay, not the worst, not the bad, not the best. We got Melton and Melmetal. Actually, Melmetal, with once of your turn, you may discard a metal Pokemon card from your hand, then heal 100 damage from this Pokemon. Definitely annoying card. Definitely will be brewed for from me. Corollas. We know Corollas are never that good, so let's skip them a little bit and let's go to Celesteela GX, which is Corollas. Corollas Celesteela, again, looks really odd as a Pokemon, but let's check out what she does. As long as this Pokemon is your active, prevent all effects of your opponent's GX attacks, include damage done to each of your Pokemon. That's thumbs up from me. Move an energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. Thumbs up. And discover deck, count your prize cards and put them into your hand. Then take that many cards from the top of your deck and put them face down as your prize cards. So if you actually get a lot of cards in that you need in your prizes, you can get them back. Definitely a solid 6 out of 10 from me. The Evolution Spray Z, oh my goodness, the Evolution Spray Z. We knew what the Evolution Spray did to expand it. We knew what it was doing in standard, and this is gonna be, holy moly, it's gonna be a huge card. in the format 7 out of 10. It does not need any introduction. Choose one of your evolved Pokemon and remove as many evolution cards from this Pokemon as you like and shuffle them into your deck. solid 7. I'm starting to lose my voice as we go. Then I'm sorry. Then we have a Beast Bringer, a Pokemon tool. Attach this tool to one of your Pokemon, and you have exactly 6 prize cards remaining, and your opponent's Pokemon GX or EX is knocked out by damage from attack of the Ultra Beast card. This card to take one more. Okay, so you're basically taking one more prize card if you're gonna knock out with the GX, and go back to Formosa. Put it on Formosa. You can see the pattern right now. And saying that, you know, the amount of prize cards that we're gonna be able to take. Let's go there. A Melco Barrier. Again, if this card is attached to a Pokemon discard at the end of your opponent's turn. Mel Pokemon is attached to take 70 less damage. Super situational card, 6 out of 10. And of course, you know, Beastbringer, 6 out of 10 as well. Ultra Forest, Cardenavoy. Alright, really weird name. During this turn, damage from the attacks of your Ultra Beast isn't affected by any effects of your opponent's active Pokemon. Yeah, there goes Shackle's ability, ladies and gentlemen. Holy moly, great card, 7 out of 10. Let's go to Green Surge. Search your deck for 2 trainer cards, reveal them and put them into your hand. That is great. You can play this card if you have any Pokemon in play with ability. Of course, you have something with ability. Great card, 7 out of 10. Let's go to Malone. Discard 2 Mel Energy card from your hand. If you do, shuffle a trainer card from the discard pile into your deck. I would say 2. I think, you know, people will prefer playing Lusamine instead of this in standard. So solid 2 if it comes to standard. Then we have Desert Power Plant. Each Pokemon GX and EX has no abilities. 9 out of 10 will be played almost everywhere. I can guarantee you 9 out of 10. Great card, will cost some money. Then we have Ultra Ball, Beast Ring, Mel Frying Pan, and we got Acerola. Again, Acerola, that was a promo card. I think a League Cup or League Challenge, I don't remember which one, but again, you can see that it, you know, is gonna come back. And those other cards do not need an introduction. Mel Frying Pan, great art on Beast Ring, and a great art on Ultra Ball. So let's go to a last set, double plays. Last set. We're gonna like skip a little bit. So we got a Gloom. Once in your turn, you may flip a coin, and again, so the same type of thing as Metapod. Vileplume. Once in your turn, you may flip a coin. If heads, you may leave your opponent's active Pokemon either poisoned, burned, asleep, or confused. So again, not a great card. It goes with conditions. 2 out of 10. Let's put it this way. But then we go to Reshiram and Charizard GX. Again, another tag team. Another great card. Let's see. Fire type and the colorless Outrage. 30 damage. This attack does 10 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So it kind of is like Tauros, but you know, not as good as Tauros. Let's see. A Flare Strike, 230 damage. This Pokemon can't use Flare Strike during his next turn. With Kiawe, I can see, you know, this being a great card and great attack. Double Blaze GX, 100 plus, 100 more damage if have 3 extra energies. Great card. Definitely, you know, another ho-oh type of card in the format. 6 out of 10. Let's just, you know, skip a little bit. We got a Volcanion, and you know, not really something that we're gonna see. We got a Baby Incineroar. So your opponent's attack do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Oh. You can use more than one strong yell ability during your turn. So this is basically, you know, almost like Diancie. That basically is Diancie, but that works on any Pokemon, and it's a stage 2 Pokemon that, you know, you have to go for. It will take some spades in the fire type decks. It might see a play, so definitely, you know, a solid 6 out of 10. I'm losing the voice. Blastful and Baby, Blastful and Brazier. 10 plus damage, flip over face down prize card. If the card is fire type energy, this attack does 50 more damage. That card price remain face up until end of the game. Not a crazy attack, not a crazy card, but we got a Fireball Circus. 50 times discard any number of fire cards from your hand. We've seen it. It has to be a specific. So I can see this deck being 4 baby Blastphalons, 40 or 50 energy, and let's go, let's attack. That's kind of how I feel about it. So 5, just because I can see the deck. Let's see what else we got with abilities, because abilities are crucial. Actually nothing up until a Mook and a Alolan Mook. Bad poison. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Put 8 damage counters instead of 1. Holy moly. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be played like crazy. This is 9 out of 10. With Suvipers, oh my goodness, this is great attack. And Poison Lake, I don't even care about the Poison Lake at this point, but let's go. If your opponent is poisoned, heal 100 damage from this Pokemon. Oh, what a great attack. And Corrales, like basically nothing, plus your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned and paralyzed. This Pokemon has 4 more energy attached to it. Put 15 damage counters instead of 1 on the opponent in between turns. Holy moly. This opens doors to a lot of cards. Another great Tag Team GX. 9 out of 10, ladies and gentlemen. 9 out of 10. Gengar, you can use the ability once during your turn. So you can see they're scaling down on abilities. Put 6 damage counters on your opponent's. Whoa. Okay, so I can see we got another great Gengar. That's a solid 7. Great Gengar, great ability. That can really help spread decks or decks that are around, like Chandelier, for example. Weezing, at any time between turns, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, put 1 damage counter on each of your opponent's basic Pokemon. Whoa, okay. Okay, not bad. 5 out of 10. Let's say 5 out of 10. We got a Mewtwo now. Let's see the art on the Mewtwo. Great art. When you place this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may choose to support a card in your discard pile. Show it to your opponent, put it on the top of your deck. Definitely can see some play. I can see him being, utilized for certain things. 6 out of 10. Mew, prevent all damage done to your bench Pokemon by damage from your opponent's active Pokemon's attack. Will prevent attacks from Jolteon, from Buzzwole. Solid 6, great card, a great situational card. And again, colorless. Put 3 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon, means that it can go to almost any deck. A great card right over there. Let's go to Marshadow and Machamp GX. Another Tag Team GX. Revenge, 30 plus damage. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from any opponent's attack during their last turn, 90 more damage. Not necessarily, not a superb attack. Maybe against Pikarom and Jolteon, but that's it. 100 impact, 160 damage, that's okay. And 2 fighting, 1 colorless, extremely stalwart, 200 damage. This Pokemon has at least 1 extra energy attached to it if this Pokemon would be knocked out by damage and attack. Okay, so basically, he's gonna stay with the 10 damage remaining. I would say 6. Situational card, not really, a great Tag Team GX. I think, this is might be, one of the weaker ones from the set. Again, with a specific deck, it can be fantastic, but, for me, I'm gonna try to brew it, but not super crazy. I would not go crazy when I'm gonna pull it from the pre-release kit in Berlin. Let's go. Lower Rhyperion. Oh my goodness. Let's go to Hunchcrow. This might be a black sheep of the set. We got ability Rule of the Night. As long as Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent can't play any Pokemon tools, special energy, or stadium cards. What a great card, and because it's a stage 1, it avoids a lot. It avoids, Alolan Mook. Great. And the fact that, down the road we're gonna have a stone that actually helps you go and get a Hunchcrow turn 1. it's even better. Solid 8 from me. And we got great attacks, 90 damage. This deck does 50 damage to 2 of your opponent benched Pokemon GXs or EXs. So really nice for the spread, and you can go really nice with Honchkrow spread, or excuse me, with a Chandelier spread. So definitely spread decks are gonna see a nice comeback over here. Whimsicott GX, event damage down to his Pokemon flip coins. Okay, so another flipping, not like 2 out of 10. That's it. That I don't see great art though. So great art. But that's it. Search attack for up to 5 cards and put them into your hand. Yeah, okay. That's it. 10 plus damage. Attack does 30 more damage. Times the amount attached to this Pokemon. Again, we've seen in Guard of War. That is it. Not a great card. Persian GX. Catwalk. Once during your turn, before you attack, if your Pokemon GX or EX was knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack during your last turn, search the deck for 2 cards. Okay. Again, a nice card to have on your bench. If it comes to attacks, not really something good. Some Porygons, Snorlaxes, and we're going to trainers. So we got Escape Rope. Nothing crazy about that. We know what Escape Rope does. That's a reprint. Then we got a Zack Pickle. Look at top 3 cards of either player's deck and choose one of them. The player shuffles back into their deck, then put that card you choose on the top of that deck. Not really good card. Maybe some situational card for shenanigans, but if it comes like competitive play, I don't see this being played. We got another Ultra Ball, Rare Candy, so another reprint. Fire Crystal, put 3 Fire Energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. Amazing card for the Fire type deck. 7, solid 7, and the Dusk Stone that I said about the Honchkrow. If you have Pokemon in play that evolves into Miss Magus, Honchkrow, Chandelier, or Egg-Slash, search your deck for a card that evolves. So you can have nice, you can see where this is going. A spread deck, super fast. I would say 7 out of 10. But then we go into a card that I personally can't wait. I can't personally wait for this card. Giovanni's Exile. That's a 9 out of 10. Easy 9 out of 10. Just up to 2 of your benched Pokemon with no damage counters on them. Discard those Pokemon and all cards attached to them. Easily 9 out of 10. Fantastic card. A lot of usages that I can think of. Great card all the way. We got a Pokemon Fan Club on Welder. Attach up to 2 fire energy from your hand for those cards. That's okay for the fire type deck, but not really for anything else. 3 out of 10. Then we got a Red Challenge. Discard 2 cards from your hand. If you do search for 1 card and put that card into your hand. If you need specific card at the specific time, definitely a good card. 5 out of 10. And I'm like playing with cables. Fighting Dojo. The attacks of Pokemon with basic fighting energy. Attached to 10 more damage. And if there's a player with more price card, that's 30 more. So that's like basically a better field. I know that's the field. I forgot the name of the stadium. But it's a field for Dark type. Pokemon that deal 10 more damage. So basically, definitely a better card. The Dust Island. When a player switches their poison active Pokemon with the effect of a trainer cards like a Guzma or a Switch or Escape Rope, the new active Pokemon is now poisoned as well. Great stadium for Celebizaur. Fury Flint. We had Fury Flint, Rescue Stretcher. Actually, I like the art of the Rescue Stretcher. Kiawe, we don't need to tell you what he does. I hate the fact that he's still going to be in standard, but what can we do? Cynthia, nice reprint to have. Great that we're going to have. Full art will skyrocket, and the price definitely triple boost energy. 9 out of 10. Great card. you attach it, you get 3 colorless energies, and at the end of turn you discard it. Great card all the way. So ladies and gentlemen, this is my review of the set. I know it was a long review. I know we skipped a few cards, but we skipped the cards that I think that are not going to be good, that are not going to see any play whatsoever, or are not, that are just going to be bad. So thank you guys so much for watching this long video. If you're staying till the very end, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out me live from 9 to 5, 9 a.m. CT, and ask me live about those cards, and I'm gonna give you like even more detailed explanation if you want. So thank you guys so much. Then we will have a 5% discount on any Professor Oak code you will purchase. Thank you guys so much. Have a fantastic day and night. Mwah! Raven loves ya. Let's see you on pre-releases. Bye.